Hi guys, it's almost the end of the month, which means what's a new video and how to stay rolling video. That's what we're gonna do, the last one. How to stay rolling. So I'm gonna make an old one, an old ISO, optimal drive, choose a disk file. I've put them somewhere in projects. The old stuff, meaning for a month ago. I'm gonna take the XL, which has the most packages, so potentially most conflicts, and I'm gonna install it. Quickly show what I do on my personal system. So I'm not going into details because there are many videos how to install ArcoLinux XL, XD, and XB and all that, and XS. There are many videos. So just moving through columns. What I do on a personal machine that's gonna be used, right? The machine in the house, not the test machine. Well, first of all, I'll make this distinction between NVIDIA and not NVIDIA. Well, normally I would take NVIDIA, but this is of course VirtualBox. So I've chosen line 1. That's just the driver being there or not. Let's go for the online, which is the most difficult one, which I just skip. Keep it in English because you need to learn the technical terms, right? Try to learn English. And then all of this is not interesting for me. I don't select anything. Like I said, it's a personal way of doing things. Click. I will do this one, and that's it. Next, and then Belgian, next, and so on. Now, I can't do this because I want to show you how to stay rolling. This offline is a situation of, yes, end of April, beginning of May. So if I do this, then there is no update, there is no internet, there is nothing. There's just ones and zeros that get from the ISO to your machine. This is how to stay rolling. This is a situation of a month ago, or an older ISO 2 months ago, or you get the picture. You can go back like that and then update, which is actually also a tip in itself. Realizing that if you go to Ctrl-G to seed host of ArcoLinux, you can actually go back to years back, right? You can use this one or that one or that one or that one until it works for you. And then might be you're thinking, why would that be different? They're all different Linux kernels. They're all different, like super different. All the versions of all the packages are completely different in one and the other. Plus the Arch ISO is different and drivers are different. I mean, they're essentially different ISOs, right? That's the point. So try to go back in time and see if it works for you, because hardware, right? And Linux kernels. So try it out. In the meantime, this machine is installing with the kernel from that time and the drivers, etc. All the packages of that time, and then later on we'll make the video how to stay rolling. Let's wait. There we go. And then we reboot. So basically you get a system that was probably built the end of April and released the beginning of May. So buy Ctrl-T. You want to know what's going on or not, right? Update, simple, up, all, done, scale, that's it. You want to have some more information, then maybe you want to have a backup scale first. What does that do? It shows you that this is the content of the current etc scale. That's it. The current etc scale. when we update the system, everything from ArcoLinux, ArcoLinux, voila, they all get updated. Now remember, maybe you've seen already the other video, we have made sure that we did some kind of spring cleaning. So all the applications got a new number 230601. Does not mean anything changed. Some of them do, but not those guys. 230601, no. This, for example, 0602, yes, because we've made a new mirror list with number 230601. Right, so we need to update that. But basically, we checked if all the applications that we have on our repos are still relevant, and should they go, yes, we cleaned up a few things, and that's it. That's a yearly cleanup. That's not gonna happen this year. So that's the spring cleaning, and all the rest is Arch. A lot of Arch, right? A lot of Arch. Nobody can deny that more or less 90% is Arch, and all the rest is voila, come on, is Arco, and well, some stuff from AOR to keep it fun. So this is your update, which is 1.397. Go for it, my friend. 407 packages. Now I see already something I can improve. Control C, maybe you see it too. Sudo pacman minus easier way in our way is npacman. I see parallel downloads 5. I've got a new modem, so I can actually use 20 now, which makes it a lot faster. So you check out what's possible on your end with your internet service provider. You pay for the speed, simple. Voila, quick and fast, it's in. Saves me 10 seconds. But it feels awesome. What is new as well is the ArcoLinux app, the ArcoLinux application, one with Glade and the other without. That's probably not going to be installed. It's the old system and the old ArcoLinux system. Neither did we put it on the ISO. No, we did not. So it's up to you to decide if you want to have that particular application, either the Glade variant or the other, and they won't collide, they won't conflict with each other. You can keep them next to each other. And when this is done, I'll show you how we can install it. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, that's possible. So Chromium is not yet installed. Control V, not installed. So very bare it is. So Control F, the only one that's installed is Firefox to have something as a browser. ArcoLinux.info. The release article is here. If this is gone, then it's later on here. Releases 22, 2023. This one. And we're talking about the app, ArcoLinux application with Glade or without Glade. So this is with Glade with 1, 2, 3 pages, and the other one is without. So if you want to have that, if you say, hey, it's interesting to have it around, I can almost install it. 12 out of 35. We can prepare our work already. Sudo pacman -s ArcoLinux app, and then you press tab. So there's the dev development, which you shouldn't install, and the other one, Glade dev, which you shouldn't install. So you can get this one and the ArcoLinux app Glade. Like I said, they will not conflict with each other. We've taken care of that, so they can coexist, so to speak, next to each other. And there we are. Enter. No, that's not my password. And yes, that is. You see the numbering, all is the same. Shortcuts are AA. And the other shortcut is AG. And this was a how do I make a Python application, right, with GTK? This is all in one, and this has pages. Exactly the same functionality, just made differently. I was, I think, 86 videos about how to build your own proper Python GTK application. Go and have a look if you're interested. So these guys are new from beginning of May, and they're not installed by default. We might consider installing them by default by July, for example. If I would choose, I would choose the Glade version. Now, we have made a backup shell, right? So everything is installed. Let's do it again. Update. Up all. Nothing from AOR. This one is from AOR. Right. This is the old ISO, right? This is the old ISO. What we did in the ArcoLinux Excel, so I should actually change the ArcoLinux bin, how to stay rolling. At some point in time, if you go for software, this one. We've decided to not keep this one on our ISO, the XL ISO. I don't think the others have it, just XL ISO. I'll check. So this one is gone, and it's obvious why it's gone. Well, no, it's not obvious, but now it's obvious while it's gone. So okay, now we have result. So there was a problem with the application, and I said, look, let's just get rid of it, because in fact we already have one like that. PAMAC is like that. PAMAC gives you categories, photos, videos, and so on. All of that is available in here in PAMAC. So I decided to remove it, which means this one is still there, and like I said, you see there's a problem with it, not in the AOR. So we're gonna remove GNOME software. Our choice, you can keep it in if you want, right? And also GNOME software, the package kit, which does not exist anymore. There you go. So that's our decision. If you want to keep GNOME software, be my guest, no problem. But I'll add it to the bin here. So the bin stay rolling 23, and here we have, if we do a scale, right, we need to do a scale, then we'll see that there is one for 4 to 5 and 5 to 6 as well. Now, like I said, we'll add something to remove it. I'll do that straight away in the video. So I'm gonna pause the recording, build the package, show you what needs to be done. Voila. So if you update your system, there's one more that will get an update, and that's this one, 03, and that will be put in your etc bin. So not in here, this is home Eric, this is etc bin, which means it's actually another backup scale that we need to do. What is this backup scale thing? It's to keep track of changes. So if you go between these two guys and you compare, then you know what changed. If I do scale, when I type scale, what happens. And we've made a few adaptations. So right in this new folder that we have kernels, Linux kernel. So people keep asking us how to install it. Well, there are scripts, kernels, the Linux kernel, LTS kernel, XAML kernel, XAML LTS, Zen kernel. Install it or remove it. All right. So rather than having this one, just this one for LTS, I thought let's build them for everything. So all the kernels are in the folder kernels. So these guys are gone. We've just made this new guy, stay rolling version 1, just now. And these are all the changes. Here there's nothing to do if you jump from there to there, April to May. But if you jump from May to June, we have to talk about the changes. And all the rest is the same. So file filters, use it, same. And then you see just that. And there's an ArcoLinux logo, an ArcoLinux logo that I've added, it seems, right? An ArcoLinux logo. Unimportant. So that's what changes. If you do or step by step or a scale, it's entirely up to you. So if you don't know what scale is, well, go and have a look at this link here, arcolinux.com. What is scale all about? It will save you or it will hurt you, more or less. So scale can be a blessing or a curse, but check it out because it's important. So that's that. That's scale. I'm not going to do scale for now. I could, because this is a brand new machine. But if you check it out, you see that there is something in the bin that's changed. So if you take a look at the big picture, it's actually just bin and a logo. I'm not interested in a logo, but bin, that's all I need. Yes, that's all you need. So you can go to file system, etc, scale, found it, bin, found it, Control C, go to your own directory, and here's your bin, but it doesn't have any of the newer folders. So what I'll do is just copy paste, Control V, and it says you want to replace, yes, sure, replace all, and then we have it all. So the main has the kernels, you choose your kernel, you install the kernel, and take a look at the code, I would say. Learn how to script. It's not that hard. Anybody can do it. I always say, if I can do it, anybody can. So that's that. Stay rolling, 2023. This, nothing to do, interesting, but this is a lot of changes. So we have the AAG, to make sure you have the new pacman.conf, so the migration of ArcoLinux has been taken care of with different buttons, basically. Click this or click that, and that will be fine. Here is the official pacman.conf. Again, there are other places on your system where we keep track of the most important file on your system, the pacman configuration, right? So in here are the new guys, like the core and the core testing and extra testing and extra. We went to 8. Well, me personally, I go to 20. And that's that. And here we have README migration ArcoLinux text. So a lot of videos that we've made. If you skipped, if you missed them all, there they are. And basically copy paste the content of the pacman.conf inside and so on. Change the settings like the parallel downloads and save. And this is the new guy that I just made today, basically telling him, hey, function remove GNOME software package plugin, which we did manually, and then GNOME software, remove those two, and you're following exactly the ISO. So that's the point of the stay rolling version 1, these things. Keep track of all the changes on the ISO, so you don't need to reinstall, and you just roll, and we keep you parallel to what's happening to the ISO. All right, so that's the decision that's ours. You can make the totally different decision and say, I'm gonna keep GNOME software, which actually would be a good experiment. So if we update our system, all is well. If we want to go for a GNOME software again, let's see if that works for us. So if you get it back in, the other one is something from AWAR, was missing, strange stuff. And then we have software. Software needs to be restarted. Okay, restart now. I have seen troubles with it. I've seen it not having any icons, just like this, blank. So maybe it was just a passing thing. So you can keep it if you want it. We don't need it. Well, it's a choice of having one Lego blocks less. The same thing goes in here, software mode, and then you can have a look, what is the photo, what all things, what can I install, what have I already installed, what's all the music about. So there's a lot of choices. All right, and Plasma has its own disk cover as well. Did I tell it all? Did I one check up all? I think we've come to the end of the video. I don't know what else to tell, but you're rolling. Maybe one thing more. This will never change. This will never change. What is this? This is the number of the ISO. You've used that ISO to install it, and then you keep rolling, and then you can maybe be proud in 2026 you say, I'm still rolling. And that's the point, the difference between the Debian releases, that's every 6 months, and then you upgrade and update. No, this number stays the same. We just update and up all, and then follow the update videos, and that's it. All right, I think I've said it all, so I'm gonna leave you and tell you to enjoy ArcoLinux, and if you are capable to donate, please do so. All right, cheers.